Welcome to Small Town Big Deal.
We've traveled across the country and firmly believe that the people in small towns are the hands that keep America strong.
So join us, Rodney Miller,
And Jan Carl,
as we show you the great things these people do on Small Town Big Deal. This is Springdale, Arkansas. With around 60,000 residents, it has the charm and bustle of any other small city. And it's here that we got wind of a guy who's made a name for himself by putting a new spin on an old technology.
I grew up on a farm and we had windmills on the farm. It just reminds me of my roots, which is rural agriculture, rural America. And the fact that my ancestors and pioneers settled the ground and they all had windmills and used windmills, and it was just an important part of their life.
And it's that nostalgic passion for windmills that got John Redd into the business of making and selling them. Today, windmills are often seen as icons of rural America. But in their day, they stood as giant engines, some standing 100 feet tall, and they played a tremendous part in improving the quality of life.
They were used, when the settlers settled the United States and the West, primarily to pump water for the crops and for the livestock. So they've been around a long time, and they're an important part of American history.
By the mid-1930s, with the advent of electricity to rural areas, the need for windmills to pump water wound down. But things have been gearing up at Outdoor Water Solutions. That's John's company. You won't see any windmills here, just windmill parts that are assembled on site. And while they make windmills that can pump water, they also have developed windmills that can clean water. It's called aeration.
Aeration is basically adding oxygen to a body of water. So we're basically adding compressed air to the bottom, which allows the water to circulate. And we take that oxygen-rich water from the surface down to the bottom, getting rid of a lot of the muck, and then also getting rid of a lot of the algae on top.
It works on bodies of water like small lakes or ponds, and all it takes is 3 miles an hour of wind to get the system running. Outdoor Water Solutions assembles the parts and tests them at their plant in Springdale. And they can pack the pieces of an entire 24-foot windmill in this relatively small box. It's really amazing when you think about it. I was so impressed with what I saw at the factory that I decided to get an aeration system for my own pond. And Jan's supposed to be here to help me put it up. It wasn't hard to put together at all. I quickly set up the tower. Now I've got to place the head on top of it. Then I'll secure the whole structure to 4 concrete piers I had poured a few days ago. Hey John.
Hey Rodney.
Great to see you, man.
Good to see you.
John came all the way from Arkansas to my home in South Georgia to give Jan and I a hand with the finishing touches. Now, I'm not sure quite where Jan is yet, but we'll go ahead and start without her.
Rodney, we don't just come out and help anybody do this.
Yeah. With some help from my son Reed and John's wife Tanya, we easily slide the head to the tower.
Okay.
And then, the moment of truth.
Let it go. Let's see what you catch. All right.
Once erected, we adjust the brackets on the concrete to hold it in place.
Kind of looks like an oil derrick.
Rodney, we can split it right here, or we can come down and split it down here. And then
John is talking about that black tubing. Once the windmill turns, air will be forced through the tubing and released through air stones we're about to place at the bottom of the pond.
So I think we're going to go out there and just put an air stone. Yeah, just a little bit that way. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So we'll put one diffuser out there, and then we'll probably put the second one out here and try to catch kind of the 2 of the deeper areas and where we can get enough circulation. So if we can get the water circulating, we can take the oxygen-rich water on the top, bring it to the bottom, and that just makes the pond a whole lot healthier.
Even without Jan, we still voyage to the middle of my pond to place the air stones on the bottom.
Need a motor on this thing.
Jan seems to miss all the work. I don't know where she's at. I guess she's sunbathing somewhere. She is supposed to be here to paddle.
Easy. There we go.
A plastic duck will float above the air stones so I'll know where they are. A little later, the windmill encounters its first breeze and the bubbles start flowing. It amazes me that a little wind power can keep my pond clean.
A lot of people have cattle and horses, and they use and rely on those ponds for water for their livestock. If you can get air in there and aerate them, we can make that water quality a whole lot better.
I think since we've got the aeration system in now, I think we should have a little fun. Maybe a little fishing tournament, you know?
That would be good. That would be
A little
good.
competition. Let's see who can catch
real
the
fish.
biggest
Yeah.
fish.
There you go.
Let's go. Now this is the perfect ending to a really nice day, but I don't know where Jan is. Hey, did I ever tell you about the 24-inch bass in here?
I don't know about a 24-inch bass, but we got a 24-foot windmill.
Well, that's true, but my son did catch a 24-inch bass and he put it back in, so maybe the best fisherman to catch it.
Could be, could be.
And I've got something,
What do you got?
and it's big.
What is that?
Well, I don't think it's a 24-inch bass. I believe it's my piston boot.
I don't think that's a fish, Rodney.
I guess this means John wins the fishing tournament.
If you want more information on John's company, check out outdoorwatersolutions.com.